Now it is time for the Continental Classic final with the star, Bryan Danielson, on commentary. I mean, making a last-ditch effort to get commentator of the year in my books here. He was amazing on commentary for this match.
As always.
Bryan Stan level. That's the highest compliment I can give here for an analyst. So Bryan is just stating he was too overconfident on Wednesday. He didn't focus on being the better technical wrestler and just came to blows with Eddie Kingston. And there was a moment in this match, he's just watching this and he just scoffs. He's like, I can't believe I lost to this guy. He was great in this. So Eddie's out. He's got the yellow and black Kawada style kick pads on. And early on, we're getting some guard play action from these two. Then Bryan is breaking down his feints and how great his striking is. Moxley can't get into that game. I was like, this is like a super level of like technical like start that we're getting here. We're breaking down like feint techniques. And then Eddie Kingston goes for this suicide dive, and I thought this guy killed himself as he landed coming down, and this led to his neck being attacked by Moxley, and boy, did Kingston sell this. They have Moxley delivering Germans on the neck, and then they get into a big chop battle, and at one point, Moxley tweaks his knee, and he staggers and gets caught by the Hurricane, and Bryan Danielson just yells, "Don't let this bum beat you, Mox!" And he gets chopped by Kingston, and Kingston's yelling, "You want 100%, motherfucker?" And he keeps chopping him, and he takes him to each corner to deliver the chops, and then a Northern Lights bomb, but Moxley kicks out. Kingston applies Moxley's own Bulldog choke, which beat him in of course, in their matches back in 2020. This was the focus of Moxley's victory. And it's followed by hammer and anvil elbows, which Danielson says these are not his specialty. And he reapplies the Bulldog choke, but man, Moxley's moving his hips. He knows how to defend this. They drill this. And Moxley gets his own choke. Kingston lunges for the rope, hits another Hurricane for a 2 count, and then a Northern Lights bomb. Moxley kicks out again, and they're on all fours, and they trade headbutts, but safe headbutts, then slaps, and then as they're just hitting all of these strikes out of nowhere, Moxley gets hit with the home run shot. The Hurricane lands, and it just boom, hits him on the button, and he goes down, and Kingston gets the win in 17 minutes and 16 seconds. I love this closing sequence, like where it was just the one big shot at the end that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And this celebration after, I mean, you want to talk about establishing a title as meaning so much. He was just like in tears here as he was presented with this championship, the Continental crown. And again, he shouts out Mad Kurt into the camera. And this was awesome. And it wasn't just a fantastic match. It was a phenomenal presentation from the commentary, the seriousness, the techniques, the strengths, the weaknesses of both. I hope this is almost like a bit of a type of style we see when a big Continental crown match takes place. Like it is sort of more focused on this. I watched this. I like, this is everything they need to be aiming for. I just thought this was phenomenal. Like I might still lean Danielson and Kingston this week as my favorite match of the tournament, but in terms of like the everything involved, like I don't think you could have done better than this. I just thought they did a tremendous job.
You can't ask for much more than this for the final of a tournament. I thought they more than stuck this landing. I mean, it was already a match that I think was heavily anticipated, but they delivered that and then some. When this entire tournament began and when they announced this new Triple Crown, I like many were very skeptical. But now that we've seen the end, I mean, not only was it helped by I think a serious presentation that at the time, like when they announced it, felt almost like a direct sort of answer for the criticisms of the Devil storyline and just a lot of like, more sports entertainment like angles. And it's arguably saved the last month or so of AEW's sort of like, reception. So thankfully they have this as a guiding light for next year, because I would have been very scared if there was not a Continental Classic this year. And, we'd be expecting more of what we haven't enjoyed. But it's also the fact that you have not just a tournament, but a tournament directly attached to one of the most beloved wrestlers in the entire world, in Eddie Kingston, and the idea and the meaning behind Triple Crown meaning so much more to him because he grew up idolizing, the people who have won this championship, and to at least give what feels like a bit of a sort of North American version of that. It means that much more to him. And I thought they nailed it with the final, having Eddie be the one to face one of his best friends and longtime rivals, finally beating Mox. All in all, I think great storytelling on top of great wrestling as well.
I don't think there was anyone that was going to be able to sell this accomplishment better than Eddie Kingston, who does not even need a microphone to convey those emotions. And this was a tremendous post-match as well. So great.
So he's going to be busy. He's going to work to continue to work New Japan, maybe the occasional ROH show, and whatever continent, every continent.
I mean, this guy should be one of your top baby faces on AEW. Like that should be his role. But and then the two hugged afterwards as well. That was a cool moment, and one of their best pay-per-view moments, and one that did not involve a countdown timer.
Countdown timer.
The exploding barbed wire death match, as you may have forgotten about.
Man, I mean, I was just
a couple years removed from that one.
I think of Omega and Moxley. Sorry, Omega Moxley mainly, but you're right. Yeah.